Welcome to Call of the Wild.
Hey everyone, this is Monstercat's weekly radio show connecting you with some of your favorite artists.
Hey everyone, this is Kill Paris.
Hey guys, this is Conroe.
What's up guys, Dion Timmer here.
And of course, a place where individuals like yourselves can take part in a global family.
Hey yo, this is Logan from Australia.
I'd like to shout out everyone who listens to Monstercat and remind you that you're awesome.
So glad I'm here.
So get yourself ready for an hour of fresh music, and it all starts right now.
With nothing to hold us back, these are the songs of the wild.
Hey everyone, what is up? And welcome to our favorite time of the week. Well, aside from the mix contest, which for the next month is probably at par for me and being one of my favorite times. This week, we also had our first challenge, and the community votes are now open. So head to monstercat.com/mixcontest2020 to cast your vote and help determine the fate of our finalists. You can also re-listen to the episodes as well as enter our Pioneer DJ Voter Sweepstakes, which is all available on that page. All right, let's get right into our music for today. Starting us off, this is Slippy with his latest record, Form. Hang tight because we also have all new Tizoki, which we're going to be playing in the hour, along with Remesis B and Fool. So get settled in and welcome to Monstercat's Call the Wild. Second track in and already ready to drop an exclusive. This right here is brand new Boss Fight with Philip Strand, and I'm going to get right into it. Enjoy and let us know what you think at hashtag COTW Radio. This is a preview of Voices.
But my shadow keeps me company. 'Cause everywhere I go, I'm seeing faces. I'm hearing voices telling me I ain't good enough. And 'Cause everywhere I go, I'm seeing faces, I'm hearing voices. 'Cause everywhere I go, I'm seeing faces, I'm hearing voices. Everywhere I go, I'm seeing faces, I'm hearing voices. I'm seeing faces, and everywhere I go, I'm seeing faces, I'm hearing voices telling me I'm not good enough.
You can say what you want, I'll do what I want. Maybe tomorrow we can see things differently, but the way it's going right now, we better put it on hold. It's your 17th message in 17 minutes. I can't reply no more, my head's not in it. Don't mean to shut you down, but I'ma put down this phone. So patiently, I'm listening. I know that you've been up waiting for me. Alright, I'll tell you before you go lay down. Unlock the door. As soon as I get home, I'll be all yours. Let me come inside, and we can reconcile.
That right there was Gent and Johns with Reconcile. Then before that, we had an absolute beast of a preview from Boss Fight and Philip Strand with Voices. Next, I have another incredible record to share. We previewed it last week and here it is in full. Let's bring on Tizoki to introduce his latest.
Hey, this is Tizoki and you're listening to my latest record, Sideways, on Monstercat's Call of the Wild.
Come on, don't think about the consequences if you want it. Come on, don't worry about the aftermath, we know it's coming. But come on, maybe it says it's all we need just for a minute. Just for a minute, yeah. I need it like a vice, got me hooked, I cannot lie. I tell you every time that we'll make it out alive. Come on, don't think about the consequences if you want it, yeah. Too close to the edge, we're gonna crash and burn. You think that by now we probably should've learned. We're no good together, honestly we know. So hold me close, we're going sideways. We're going sideways. So hold me close, we're going sideways. We get so bored with anybody else, we're used to feeling faded. Can't even tell if it's the alcohol or we're a little jaded. But come on, maybe a taste is all we need just for a minute. Just for a minute, yeah. We burn out like the sun, but you know it can be fun. When all is said and done, I know you won't be the one. We get so bored with anybody else, we're used to feeling faded, yeah. Too close to the edge, we're gonna crash and burn. You think that by now we probably should've learned. We're no good together, honestly we know. So hold me close, we're going sideways. We're going sideways. So hold me close, we're going sideways.
I wake up early, I sleep alone. I try to find love from a stranger on my phone. My vision blurry, so I forget. Dying to hold you, but you left me here for dead. How could I do what I've done if I'm in love? You know I did what I did, you loaded the gun. And I don't wanna think about you anyway. I do it anyway. Yeah, didn't mean to do it every day. I do it anyway. I do it anyway. I do it anyway. Don't wanna think about you anyway. I do it anyway. I do it anyway. Messing with monsters up in my head. Lie to myself, lying beside her in my bed. Paint over pictures you left behind. I'd punch the walls if it would make you change your mind. How could I do what I've done if I'm in love? You know I did what I did, you loaded the gun. And I don't wanna think about you anyway. I do it anyway. Yeah, didn't mean to do it every day.
there was Fowler and David Spector with Anyway. And before that, we heard a new record from Tizoki featuring Courtney Drummy with Sideways. Next, we're going to get into another full release of a track we previewed last week. This is Fool and Scum with Hysteria. You're listening to it right here on Monstercat's Call the Wild.
Putting it down.
Into our next track, but before we do, something very exciting happened last week in the world of music and gaming. We announced our official partnership with Roblox, which marks only the beginning of a long-term collaboration between our brands. 50 Monstercat tracks are now available for all Roblox developers to use in their games, and more will be added over time. Through this partnership, Monstercat continues our mission of empowering creatives of all types and providing a collection of your favorite Monstercat releases for the entire Roblox community. Some artists include Muzz, Tokyo Machine, Pixel Terror, Rogue, Cloud9, Fool, and this artist coming in right now, Noise Storm. Here's one of the tracks you can now use in Roblox, Escape. Enjoy, and you heard it right here on Call the Wild.
Here we go.
right, next up, we're going to drop right into our community pick of the week, voted by you each week at our premiere at live.monstercat.com. Here is Nitro Fun with clearly one of your favorites, Final Boss. Let's get right into it on Call in the Wild. right, it's time for another exclusive preview. This time it's by Nonsense teaming up with Kara for the vocals. Here is Nobody Else. Let us know what you think at hashtag COTW Radio. Enjoy.
Closing my eyes, will you open my mind? Let me into your gray escape. Parallel lives with the linear time. Yeah, we're floating outside the frame. And we're out here in the unknown. One voice through a telephone. Tell me I'm not just another one caught in the eye of this hurricane. Feeling so lost, I keep fighting these stars. Only you can relieve the pain. And we're out here in the unknown. One voice through a telephone saying, please come take me home. 'Cause I need you and nobody else, nobody else. 'Cause nobody else brings me to life like you. If I got you out of myself, I don't need nobody
building a fortress, and we thought it was stronger, keeping your distance. I thought we were better. We can try to just hide from the pain by building our castle. We can build them again and again, and we can feel nothing. And I know that you're feeling alone, and we can do better. So help me to break through the stone. Help me to break through.
Let's now get into our Instinct Spotlight, and this week it goes to none other than a legendary artist to our community. Here is Ramesses B with Thinking About You. Enjoy and drop him some love on socials. Amazing single. That was Ramesses B with Thinking About You, landing our Instinct Spotlight of the week. Now, let's keep the good vibes going. Here's the VIP mix of Decoy World by Intercom featuring Park Avenue. And you're locked into Call the Wild Radio.
I stayed awake last night, cause I couldn't close my eyes and see you another night. I drove myself crazy thinking you'd take my wildest dreams and tear them all to the ground. So I tried to create a decoy world for you to destroy in my mind. You can stay and believe you're tearing me apart while I'm coming to life, while I'm coming to life. You can stay and believe you're tearing me creatures, despite having every reason to shut down and mobilize. So I pray to the gods for one last saving grace against all odds. And I built an escape using all my energy just to come back to life, back to life.
This track sounds familiar. We've been using it on this season of the Mix Contest, which, remember, head over to monstercat.com/Mix Contest 2020 to re-listen to all past episodes and, of course, enter our Pioneer DJ Voter Sweepstakes, where any one of you listeners can win a DDJ 200 and a pair of headphones just by entering. All right, let's get back to the music and wishing all of our 2020 finalists the best of luck this year. Here is Pixel Terror and Dyson with Dilemma.
Times are the hardest. All my emotions overload. Never felt quite like this. Yeah, it's like I lost control. You're in my head, now it's not my own. You're in my head, yeah, you got too close. I've been trying to fight it, but you started a riot. You're in my head and it's dangerous. You got my heart beating out my chest. I've been trying to fight it, but you started. Circuit when all I do is think of you. My veins are electric. What am I supposed to do? 'Cause you're in my head, now it's not my own. You're in my head, yeah, you got too close. I've been trying to fight it, but you started a riot. You're in my head and it's dangerous. You got my heart beating out my chest. I've been trying to fight it, but you started.
Don't you say you love me? Oh, no. Say you really want me. Tell me that you need me. Give me all your reasons for leaving, but don't you say you love me? Oh, no. Say you really want me. Tell me that you need me. Give me all your reasons for leaving, but don't you say you love me? Say you really want me. Tell me that you need me. Give me all your reasons for leaving, but don't you say you love me? Want me. Tell me that you need me. Give me all your reasons for leaving, but don't you say you love me? Oh, no. Don't you say you love me?
And sadly, this brings us to our final track in the hour, but we're going to leave off with our third and final exclusive of the week. Here is Rogue with Fusion, out this week on Monstercat Instinct. Thanks for joining us today, and until next time, later days.
And sometimes it's hard to say. Living out confusion. We can make a way when we move in this fusion. Lines can't stay away. Living out confusion. We can make a way when we move in this fusion. Lines can't stay away.
That's a bad kitty. We are made to be more than just